Okay, so small reminder before I start my video. Please subscribe if you are interested and leave a comment to help improve my video. Thanks. Okay, so I have returned to my place and we can record normally now, I think. So let's go, shall we? So the last time we are at here, and now let's continue here. I have to admit I'm just the tiniest bit curious. I feel like if I were in her position, I just feel like crap all the time. Hearing everyone practice from another room and knowing that I didn't belong with them, she must have a different perspective. Testing my mind back one more time, I remember the last thing that Haruka had said to me before I left the room, reminding me that I do in fact have a way of finding out how she sees things. If you wanted to talk again, I wouldn't mind. Does this mean that I'm actually going to go back to the music club for a third time? I must be mad. Yes, you are. You will go back to the music club and you are mad indeed. Well, I suppose they do say it, don't they? Third's time the charm. Here we go again. Oh man. Here we go again. We cannot say shred because... oh wait. I actually can say shred. Oh shred, here we go again. Striding unsteadily down the corridor towards the music club room, I remind myself with disdain that it was in fact my own idea to come back here. What on earth has happened to me over the last couple of days? What on earth? How do I say? Earth. Alright, there we go. I guess curiosity is mostly to blame. I couldn't help but wonder about Haruka, so now here I am. Yep. Here I am. About to put myself through yet another arduous and nerve-wracking group practice, all so I can talk to her afterward. What a simp. Still, I do kinda relate to her in some way, so I guess it is natural for me to want to know why she does this every day. Huh? On the surface of the door leading into the club room, an A4 piece of paper has been stamped, a note written upon it, rather neat handwriting. Guess what it is? What is it? Due to an urgent commitment, I am unable to attend today's music club meeting. Club activities will resume on Monday. And guess who can read the note? Yep, it's Fujiwara. It is signed at the bottom by Kudo-sensei. Well, that is unexpected. I have been getting myself all riled up for nothing in the end. However, just as I'm turning to leave, a now familiar sound reached my ears, incredibly distant but still audible. Yep, it's Fujiwara. You've got to be kidding me. Yeah, nope, no one. She is blind, oh no. I push my way into the clubroom and am met with pitch black darkness. Where the heck are the lights in here? Who knows? After fumbling around and feeling the wall like a weirdo, I find the light switch, not Fint. The sudden intensity of the light hits my eyes uncomfortably, but as I adjust, I feel myself feeling very glad that the room is empty right now. It is a much less intimidating place to be when no one is here. My ears picking up on the flute again, I make my way towards the corridor. She can really be in here, can she? I suppose if she is blind, then she might not be able to tell the difference between how the club room usually is and now, but still, she is here. Taking a breath, I push the door open. She really is here. The lights are off in here too, as they had been in the main club room. If I weren't so tense, I probably laugh my ass off at the situation. I will. For a moment, she simply continues to play, and I am surprised that she hasn't reacted to my barging in. Though the flute is pretty loud, I figure I shouldn't turn the lights on before doing anything else. I start swatting at the wall again, eventually finding the switch that I'm looking for. The sharp click on the switch flipping resounds across the room, announcing my presence to Haruka. Click. She stops playing and turns around straight away. Look at her. So Meek, yeah, Meek. I finally found the word Meek. It is me, Kakeru. My nerves cause me to omit my name, but I guess she recognized my voice, as a look of acknowledgement appears on her face. Akane, are you not practicing with the group? Did you hear the group? Nope. She looks in my direction, evidently confused. I wonder how she's going to take the news. Well, club is cancelled today. Eh? She stared past me, slightly nonplussed. Is that why it is so quiet in the other room? Well, yep. Yeah, why do you think it is so quiet in the music club? This is pretty funny. Yeah, there was a note on the door. Kudo-sensei has something else he needs to do. Her eyes wander and I can practically see the cogs wiring in her mind as she takes it in. My amusement fading, I realized that she might feel very self-conscious about making a mistake like this. Yep, she could feel like that. I prepare myself to console her in whatever inadequate what? How do I say this? Adequate way I can if she ends up getting panic about it. Well, yep, the opposite happens, yeah. Am I alone in here? Yeah. Her face brightens a little, so I guess she is starting to see the funny side. Yeah, I only came in because I heard your flute. The lights weren't even on. A few seconds of silence follow, and then she raises her hands to her face, covering her mouth as she giggles quietly. It is an awkward wooden laugh, but she still overcomes her own nerves enough to let it slip. I must have looked so stupid. I'm not gonna lie, she can do it. Yep, she did. But I'm not going to tell her that. Instead, I give out a small laugh of my own, tickled by the funny situation. I'm also glad that I hadn't triggered a bad reaction in Haruka. Oh, I should call her Haruka instead of Fujiwara. Fujiwara Haruka, isn't it? So Haruka, okay? The lighter atmosphere serves to quell my tension a little. Haruka then turns to the chair to her left, reaching out to feel for the open flute case, which is resting on top of it. After locating the groove where the flute goes, she places it in the case gently before turning back in my direction. Do you think we should leave? What else? Play the music? Could be. That is a point. We're not really supposed to be here considering that club has been cancelled. Thinking about it though, it's not like we be doing anything bad if we use the room to practice anyway. It's still club related. Accidentally skip something. I think it is probably okay. She considers it for a moment and then nods in agreement. There's another silence. Although it is a bore. Why I read it as bore? B and or. A bit more relaxed than the first one. Then Haruka looks toward me again after seeming to think about something. By the way, I don't mind if you call me by my first name. Her cheeks turn a little pink. Oh, we don't need to be that formal. She probably right, although it's kinda embarrassing. We still don't really know each other at all. Still, I appreciate her willingness to be on first name terms. To be honest, it surprised me. Alright, you can do the same with me then. She nods, seeming somewhat pleased. But then her expression drops, looking regretful. Oh, she's being thoughtful. No, it's not a problem. I'm agonizingly familiar with struggling to get your words out. I give her all the time she needs to continue. I'm sorry if I don't look you in the face. Oh. Yeah, I kinda forgot about that. I have already seen it. Look, the skip button is highlighted. But it seems I forgot. Well, it took me over a week to record 30 minutes of this. Oh my god. Not this one, but the previous part. Holy freak. My heart flutters a little because I don't get a lot of time at all. I mean, yeah. Doing chores is good. Helping your parents is good, but like 16 hours straight, and the only time I can rest is when I sleep. Are you serious? I have other things to do, like, oh my god. Well, never mind. Okay, well, where were we? My heart flutters a little at the mention of my face. I know it was just a figure of speech, but it still gives me a pang of panic. Glancing up at Haruka's downcast expression, I realized that my lack of response might have made her feel worse. I just can't always tell where people are to look at their eyes when they are talking to me. She hangs her head in shame. I recognize that sinking feeling that I can tell she's having right now. I can read it on her face. There's no need for her to apologize for something like that. There's no way she could be at fault. Don't be, it is okay. I really don't mind. Don't mind gets nowhere close to describing how I feel. The fact that Haruka is oblivious to the flaw, how do you say this? Flaw, isn't it? That torments me about myself is the only reason I'm able to have this conversation with her. She gazed towards me again, seeming unsure about my words of comfort. Seriously, it is fine. I don't really like people staring at me anyway. She softened at this, seeming to relate at it. Me neither. She nods to herself for a moment, seeming to be convincing herself to trust my word. How tall are you? For a moment I wonder why she wants to know. Yeah, I kinda wonder too why she wants to know back then, but then I and Kakeru realized that knowing my height would probably help her get an idea of where my eyes are if she was trying to look more directly at me. I'm not that much taller than you, a couple of inches probably. Haha, Kakeru short. Oh, but who knows? Probably, I forgot her name. I only remember Fujiwara. I'm sorry. I was so unfocused when I'm playing this because a lot of things to do back then. Haruka, yeah. Fujiwara Haruka, isn't it? Yeah. Who knows? Probably Haruka is 180 centimeter tall or 2 meter. Who knows? And that means Kakeru a few inch taller, like 210 or 220, like that. Who knows? It is close enough for me even if she can see. We both fidget simultaneously out of topics of conversation, and it gives me a chance to remember why I came here today in the first place. I wanted to ask her why she stays in the music club. Feeling awkward as though this might be too personal a question to ask, I stay quiet for a moment before plucking up the courage to speak. Can I ask you something? She seems to grow a little tense at the sudden interrogation. Oh no. Okay? Praying that I don't upset her for whatever reason, I pose my question. Why are you in the music club? I realize that I asked her this very clumsily. I could have put it in a much more diplomatic way, but instead I just blurted it out. Taking a quick look at her expression, she seems to be a little confused. Another blunder, isn't it? I just mean you don't join the group? Her eyes lower and I immediately start backtracking in some lame attempt at damage control. I totally get why. I don't like working in the group either. I just wonder. It is hard to know how to word this without it seeming somewhat accusatory. Yeah. The last thing I'm trying to do is suggest that it's not worth for her to coming here. Yep, that's not. You don't want to do that. Well, you must get something from it personally. My gaze hits the floor and I begin to feel terrible. I have probably offended her. Her? Probably not. There's yet another period of silence, and when she speaks again, I'm expecting her to chastise me for seeming insensitive. Luckily, I am wrong. I do. Daring to pick at her again, I see that her demeanor has changed. Her whole energy seems to be lighter. This might sound a little strange since I struggle to be around people, but I have always wanted to perform. She wrings her hands slowly, seeming shy about what she's telling me, but nevertheless doesn't stop. Music has been important to me for a long time. As soon as I started hearing it, I really wanted to be able to play it myself. I don't think I can join the rest of the music club member. She pauses for a moment, looking conflicted and a little sad. And though I can fully know the true wave behind what she is thinking, I can still understand her point of view a little. Oh. But I like to do it myself. That is why I come here. I keep practicing so that maybe one day, I might be able to do it. You mean perform on stage to an audience? Yeah? Yes, I know it's stupid. It isn't. I can see why she thinks that is a futile goal. People like us aren't really designed to be put under a spotlight. Despite this, I don't want her to talk badly about herself. It's not stupid. I'm not very good with words at the best of times. Hey, that's a good words. So I struggle to say anything else. However, it's as though what I managed to splutter out has still hit the mark, as Haruka's expression brightens again. Thanks, I watch as she gets a somewhat far-off look in her eyes. I can tell what she's thinking about, but the way she smiles is very striking. This is the most relaxed I've seen her. Whatever going through her mind must make her genuinely happy. It is a dream, I guess. The dream I have had for a long time. Even while just talking about music, she seems so at peace, as though she's forgotten about her anxieties and issues. The calmness of her reverie seems to permeate through the air, causing me to feel somewhat serene too. Serene. The nervous wave that permanently course through my body are still there as always, but they are just ever so slightly mute right now. That is nice. Neither of us speak for a few moments, apparently content to just absorb the tranquil atmosphere in the room. But eventually Haruka turns more directly towards me. Sorry, I probably talk too much. No, you don't. It's okay, I don't mind listening. It is much easier than speaking. Haruka smiles a little in response. My eyes averting for a second, I catch sight of the clock on the wall. It is not exactly late, but I should probably leave Haruka to her practicing if it's that important for her. I should probably go. I don't want to keep you from practicing. Okay. Now that I've been thinking about it, it will be nice to get home slightly earlier than I have been doing recently, considering that I have stayed for most of both club meetings I have attended instead of going straight home like I usually do. Now as you can see, I have reached the point where I haven't read it yet, so the skip button isn't highlighted. Very nice, so I don't know what will happen next. Thanks for talking to me. Sorry if I weirded you out. I say this because it was probably quite random and forward of me to suddenly ask her about her motives for staying in the club. It might have come across aggressively. You didn't? Well, that is a relief, indeed. Okay, well, have fun, I guess? Bye. Awkward Kakeru. She nods in reply and I head back towards the door. At least I didn't have to play piano today. Oh, no. You will play the piano. Kakeru? It feels odd to hear her say my name out like that. My first name too, but we agreed on it. I retract my hand which had been reaching for the door handle. Turning back to face her, I see from her unsettled expression that there's something else on her mind. On Monday, I see what she's getting at. I don't know what she could possibly gain from having awkward conversation with me, but if there's something about it that she enjoys, that I think I can probably keep doing this. It is not like talking to everyone else. I can come and say hi if you like. I say this so that she doesn't have to continue trying to ask her question. It seems to help as her shoulders relax a little and she looks up towards me again. Yes, all right. That is decided then. I have already committed to coming back to the next music club meeting on Monday, as well as talking to her again. You say you didn't want to come, but you did. My life has taken a serious turn. Indeed it is. Okay, I'll see you on Monday then. She nods, seeming somewhat pleased, and I nod back, not sure of why I am doing it. I open the door, my legs feeling a little wooden as I exit the room. Okay, we're going back to the outside. Alright. Oh, we just instantly go home? Alright then. It doesn't take me long to leave, retracing the road I take every day to and from school. To my relief, the streets are relatively quiet. I guess everybody else is still doing club activities. I don't know. My mind begins to fill with mundane thoughts, such as what might be for dinner or how long my homework is going to take me. Mixed in with them, however, is the long conversation I just had with Haruka. Well, it was long for people like us. Oh, so sweet. A dream that she had for a long time. An improbable dream. I don't think I have ever had anything like that. No burning passion or far-reaching goal. If anything, my only ambition in life has been to go unnoticed. Pretty much the opposite of most people my age. I think Haruka might want something similar when it comes to everyday life at least. Neither of us like being around people, preferring to do everything alone, and new situation makes us panic. It seems as though we both enjoy a bit of invincibility. Well, yes, definitely a bit of privacy, invincibility, I love it. It's quite nice to know that there's someone who actually understands what I go through every day. More or less. However, there are little glimpses of something else in Haruka that I don't have. From the way that she's spoken to me so far, I can tell that she definitely has more confidence than I do, even if it's only a little. The fact that she has a dream like that in the first place is proof of that. Are you sure about that? It must be a massive conflict for her, though, wanting to do something that you don't dare put into action. Perhaps she's just like you, in, changing based on the person they talk to. You change, you usually don't do things like this. Probably Haruka do too now. She's changing too. Yearning to be something you can't, I definitely couldn't live like that. I gave up wanting anything a long time ago, and life has been a lot simpler since. It is a depressing way to live, I know, but if you don't have goals, then you can fail to meet them. Alright, that's a quote. That is really bad. I find myself shaking my head at my own apathy. In a way, Haruka could be in the same position as me. She could see the world as bleakly as I do. And yet she doesn't. She keeps working towards something that will probably never happen. Improbable? For what reason? To say at least she tried. Is that really any kind of victory? I sighed heavily, unable to wrap my head around her persistence. However, I have to admit that while it's almost maddening in its futility, there is also something admirable about it. Fighting against your fears in order to achieve something you never thought would be possible. That is the kind of stuff that heroes in anime and movies do, although I guess ordinary people do it too. People like Haruka. People like me? Could I ever do something like that? Who knows? My instinct is to scoff incredulously at the notion there's no way the invincible man is ever going to throw himself into the middle of a crowded room and put himself on display. Although, having said that, I have kinda already done it twice now. Yeah, you did. Even though I performed appallingly, I attended 2 music club meetings and done my best to play along with everybody else. I guess that technically means I could do it again. I could actually try one more time. Genuinely attempt to improve my piano playing and contribute to the group as opposed to dragging it down. I'm clearly not in love with the piano like Haruka seems to be with the flute, but at the same time, from my basic experience with private lessons, I do know that it feels quite cool to be able to play a piece properly. Fumbling around and messing it up is soul-crushing indeed, but getting it right is a good feeling. But is it good enough to pursue? Is the satisfaction of playing a piece well worth putting myself through daily agony having to be part of a group that terrifies me? I don't know. How about Haruka? I can't say. The only thing I know as I round the corner and head down the final stretch towards home is that my mind keeps going back to Haruka. She is facing the same thing as I am, and yet she's pushing toward regardless. She's awesome. Feel the fear and do it anyway. I think that's how the saying goes, if she can do it. I'll give it one more try. 1 minute to go. Not that lunchtime is incredibly exciting, but it's probably the calmest part of my school day. My regular spot is a bench far out towards the back of the school fields. No one ever really bothers going there, as most people either eat in the cafeteria or in the classroom. It is a blissful snippet of peace among the chaos. I hoist my backpack onto my shoulder, waiting for the sound I know is coming. There it is. Now I can. Nope. You're stopped by Mr. Who? Matsumoto-sensei. Akane, a word please. Really, is it necessary? Nope. My stomach then flips the way of many students in the room turn to glance at me. Thanks to Matsumoto-sensei's exclamation, I cross the room towards him shakily. I really hope these talks aren't going to become a regular thing. Akane, Kudo tells me that you have been present at the music club twice now. Will you be attending today? His expression is the same as it always is, and yet I swear I can see a tiny glimmer of hope within it. I don't know. Perhaps there is. Yes. Though my feeling towards trying the music club once more had wavered between open-minded and doubtful over the course of last night, my decision had ultimately stayed the same. I'll give it one last shot. Wonderful news. In that case, I think you'll be needing this. He turns away from me for a moment to reach into his desk drawer, pulling out a single sheet of paper. It's the music club new member application paperwork. Now that you're getting used to going there, you might as well do it properly. Oh no. He hands me the paper expectantly, looking optimistically at me as if he's just given me the most amazing birthday present in the world. I don't quite know how to react to this. Neither do I. Filling out and submitting this application would cement my future as an official music club member, yep. Tying me to an obligation that I would be looked down upon if I neglected. No, it's okay if you neglect it actually. It is almost too much to think about. Matsumoto-sensei doesn't seem to notice my internal panic, however. I'm glad you gave it a chance, Akane. This could be the start of a new chapter for you. A chapter in horror story by the looks of it. I love that. I can't bring myself to say anything properly in reply, so I simply nod. Wanting to get out of the classroom, I'd probably be able to think about this more logically when I'm not so on edge. To my relief, it seems as though our conversation has come to an end, but before either of us can move... Akane Kakeru? Ooh. What the hell is going on today? Who is it? I turned my neck stiffly to look towards where the sound of my name had come from. There's a boy I don't know standing in the classroom doorway. I swivel back around to face Matsumoto-sensei, mostly out of fear, but he simply regards me with fake amusement. Well, someone's popular today. No. He walks off towards the board, leaving me to figure out this strange, unfamiliar situation alone. Nobody has ever called on me at my classroom before. It seems as though the students still left in the room are just as shocked as I am. A lot of eyes ping-pong between both of me and the person in the doorway, scrutinizing and trying to figure out what our relationship is. It is incredibly uncomfortable. Struggling to force my body into motion, I stagger my way toward this mystery person. As I pass my desk, I feel my hand opening, depositing the application paper into it. I don't really know what I'm doing, but being this nervous, all I really can do is go with it. I steal another speedy glance at this visitor, and this time I do see something vaguely familiar about him. He's one of the music club members. The boy player I can remember. I just know he's part of the ensemble. He smiles as I approach and step back into the hallway, inviting me to follow. At least that was considerate. Escaping the stares of my remaining classmates, I run to the corner of the door to where my visitor is standing. There are other students walking up and down the hall, but at least they don't stick around to watch us. For a second, I have to remind myself to breathe. Oh, it's okay, it's okay. He probably just want to ask or tell me something. Let's not have a panic attack here. I do my best to look the guy in the eyes to signal that I'm ready to listen. I don't quite manage it, but he seems to pick up on it anyway. Kodo-sensei asked me to give this to you. Sorry to call you out. He extended another piece of paper towards me. If this is the new member application again, I might just faint. Ah, a list of the main songs we have been learning since the start of the year. That's not as bad, I guess. Awkwardly, I take it from him, gazing at it intensely, although I'm so jittery that I don't think I'm really reading it. It's just an excuse not to look at him. It is kinda tough for you to get up to speed with us since you have joined towards the end of the year. Ah, that is very kind of Kodo-sensei to put the list together so you can look up the piece and start learning them. It should help you out a bit. I nod, keeping my eyes fixed on the paper in my hand, although after a moment I realize that it would be rude of me not to say anything. It is nice gesture to try to help me, even if Kodo-sensei had asked him to do it. Thanks. No problem. Hope you find it useful. To my surprise, he walks away, leaving me standing there outside my classroom, motionless with anxiety. I expected him to try to make more conversation, but I guess I was giving off such awkward vibes that he didn't want to stretch it out. I probably weirded him out big time. Oh, no you're not. Either way, I'm grateful that my obligation to talk to both him and Matsumoto-sensei is now over. I really need to go to my lunch spot and calm down. For a second, I turn back toward the classroom, remembering that I left my application form on my desk. However, as I take a peek in the room, a fresh burst of trepidation fills me as I see the remaining students now locked in loud conversation as they sit in groups eating their lunch. I can't go back in there. Feeling like like a baka, I swallow my inadequacy and bolt for the stairs, leaving the paper behind. Okay. So it's been over 30 minutes, so I have to end this video right here. We are getting more and more development from the character. So see you in the next part of Venice Improbable Dream. Bye bye.